Hi everyone, my name is Lydia and this is what I wish they taught me about econometrics and introduction. In the last video, we derived the general interaction formula. Now, let's look at the first special case, two dummy variables. The good news, this case is the most intuitive of all, and it's simply comparing four groups. So, without further ado, let's start with our model first. Let's assume we have a model that looks y equals to beta 0 plus beta 1 d1 plus beta 2 d2 plus beta 3, then the interaction of the two dummy variables, so d1 times d2 plus an error term. Okay, and in here, the d1, we will look at it and think of it as a dummy variable that tells us it's equal to 1 if you are employed. The second dummy is if you were trained. And as usual, keep in mind, y is just your wage or salary. So each dummy is splitting the data into two groups. So each dummy splits the data into two groups, which means that together they create four groups. And you can easily see which they are. Employed and trained, employed, untrained, unemployed, trained, unemployed, untrained. Okay? Now, keep in mind, when both dummies, and keep that also as a key takeaway, when both dummies, when both dummies are zeros and ones, or like when both variables, let's say, are dummies, the interaction is also a variable in itself, just a dummy. Because the way that you are creating it in your Excel spreadsheet, think about it this way. Let's say you have ID here and the first person, and you have the wage and 2 and 3, and then you have D1, and then you have D2. The interaction, you can think of it as if you are creating a third variable here, which is just D1 times D2. So for the first person, if your D is 0 and D2 is also 0, then obviously this is just 0. For the second person, if let's say this is 0 and 1, then the multiplication is still a 0. If for person 3, this is 1 while this is 0, then this is all the same 0. But for person 4, if you've got both 1s in here, then this is 1. So as you can see, this interaction variable that you have created also contains either a 0 or a 1. So it's also a dummy variable per se. Now, let's see and walk through the usual four cases to see what exactly does the beta 3 capture. Okay? So with this, you'll be able to also build a 2 by 2 table. So for the first case, you will have, let's say, D1 equals to 0 and D2 equals to 0. In this case, what you are going to actually estimate is that y hat is equal simply to beta 0 hat. So keep in mind, because D1 is 0 and D2 is 0, it means you're looking at the subgroup of unemployed plus untrained. Okay. Case 2, you will have D1, let's say, equals to 1, and D2 still equals to 0, which means you're looking at employed, but still untrained. Subgroup. In this case, your y hat is actually going to be simply beta 0 hat plus beta 1 hat. Then case 3. Let's assume D1 in this case is equal to 0, but D2 is now equal to 1, which means you're looking at unemployed and trained, and you will find that your y hat is simply equal to beta 0 plus beta 2 hat. And ultimately, case 4, because remember, we had 4 subgroups that were created, or these 2 dummies split the data set into 4 subgroups. So case 4, it means D1 equals to 1 and D2 equals to 1, which means you're working with the subset of both employed and trained individuals. Your y hat is going to be equal to beta 0 plus beta 1 hat plus beta 2 hat plus beta 4 hat. Okay? So if we were to provide a very nice 2x2 matrix where all of this information is included, you could also do the following, where you have D2 equals to 0 here, D2 equals to 1, and you can also add more labels, so not trained here and trained here. And then you can have D1 equals to 0 here, and D1 equals to 1, which means here unemployed and here employed. Okay? And filling this up, this is where the B0 goes, this is where the B0 plus B2 goes, this is where the B0 plus B1 goes, and finally B0 plus B1 plus B2 plus B3. And bear with me because I'm going to put the hats on all of them quickly. Okay? Now, this table and all of these cases, this is a very key structure, because from here, then you can easily compare all the differences, okay? So the question would be, well, what does the B3 capture by itself? Well, look very carefully. You've got that when you move from people that are employed to people that are not employed when they are not trained, meaning when you consider solely this column right here, you see that the difference is actually just beta 1 hat. Okay, so this beta 1 hat is actually the effect of employment when not trained. Okay, then what is the effect of employment when you are trained? Well, in that case, you have to look at this other column in here. And you will see, if you look at the difference, that is simply beta 1 hat plus beta 3 hat. So this is the effect of employment when trained. So then what is the difference between the two? The difference between the two is simply beta 3 hat. So beta 3 hat measures how the effect of employment changes when training is present. Okay? Now, something that you might have probably seen in other lectures is that this beta 3, in this case of the 2 dummies, is very similar or almost the same as the intuition behind the difference in difference model. Okay? Because that beta 3 is literally the difference of the first 2 differences that we found, right? So it compares the effect of employment when trained versus the effect of employment when not trained, okay? You can either read this as like rows or columns, but ultimately you can get the same beta 3 because that's the symmetry we saw in the general formula. Okay, so the same way that I found this beta 3, you can exercise by yourself and see this row differences, this row differences, and then the difference between the two. Your answer will still be beta 3. So what is the big intuition? What is the big idea behind all of this like simple model? Without the interaction term, the fact of employment would be the same in both groups. With the interaction, the effect can differ. So we are asking, does training change the impact of employment? Okay. Now, does a training program indeed increase income more for employed individuals than unemployed ones do? When you have your data and you run the regressions, the beta 3 hat here, it's what's going to give you that answer. Okay? So again, doesn't matter that we are in a dummy interaction model. The beta 3 is the one that is going to measure the difference in difference between the groups. In the next video, we'll work through a numerical example to make all of this concrete. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.